doing? I'm Mark.
I'm Glenn.
And we are the script on Moshcam. For me, it's no good and goodbye.
Yeah, that's really cool actually. It's a great energy, and Energy Never Dies is another good one. That's hard to play and sing at the same time. From the drumming perspective, it's a tricky one because we're singing a lot over that. We're singing all the way through basically, and all the choruses and all. So that is a little bit demanding on the noggin, the brain that is.
Challenging.
Yeah. Yes, we do. We normally an hour before the gig. It's a lockdown. Up to that point, people are coming in and out saying hello to us. We have people in the industry want to come in and say hello. People are at the gig, come backstage and all. But once it's an hour before the gig, we lock the dressing room doors and no one is allowed in. It's just the band, and we kind of stretch and warm up and do various things. And then usually about what you guys do this 20 minutes or 30 minutes?
30 minutes before we go on stage, we have an equaliser, which is in the
cheeky
form of a whiskey. And the lads have a vodka and we have a whiskey. Just something to...
I'm not allowed, because if I do, I play too fast, everything's double time.
The drummer's not allowed to get drunk before we go on stage.
I stopped a few years ago, I had to, it was getting a bit crazy.
Yeah. It's like giving the driver on the way home a drink, and you just don't do that either.
So I just have Coke, I was going to say cocaine. It almost came out of my mouth, and I don't do cocaine. Favourite thing, it's usually crazy stuff.
We get some mad ones.
We can't hear them because we've got in-ears in most of the time, but it's usually the signage that they wait until a certain song and then they just pull this sign up at the barriers, and there's some crazy.
There's some mad ones. On the Hall of Fame in the UK, right when we play Hall of Fame towards the end of the show, girls have just taken their tops off in the front row.
Yeah, that's right.
They start to do that, which is pretty weird.
Yeah, they start to show themselves.
Since I grew a beard, it's a bloody hilarious amount of girls there. They're bringing fake beards to the gig. Yeah. It's so funny to see all these girls with these red beards. It's fucking... Yeah. It's both crazy and funny all at the same time.
As well as the flashing is just... And it's just... They just wait till the Hall of Fame, King Kong banging on your chest, and up comes the... And out come the situations.
I'll give you this one recently that happened. I just thought this was pretty hilarious. That's why I wanted to say it, because it's we're in Manchester.
Oh, the other one.
And Danny, we had just done the meet and greet, and we just finished the meet and greet, and Danny went to have a cigarette, and suddenly, as it would happen, there's a girl coming on a wheelchair, and everyone's moving everything out of the way for this girl in the wheelchair to come up and meet Danny. And Danny goes, "Look, I better wait." We'd gone already, but we didn't see her coming. And they were parting the crowd, and everybody, all the security, making way for her. And the second she got to Danny, because she couldn't help herself, she was so excited, she jumped out of the seat. There was actually nothing wrong with the girl at all. Her friends and her just obviously stole a wheelchair and worked their way in. I thought it was pretty ingenious.
It's a good angle.
It was a good angle. It was the first time someone used that angle, and it was a good angle that worked.
But he came in, he was like, "I can't believe it. This girl
I can cure people."
She just got out of the wheelchair. I mean, can you believe it? I was like, "No." He's like, "That's the weirdest thing I've ever seen." She literally came flying over and then hopped up for the photograph, and he was like, "Okay." So yeah, that's probably the best so far.
Arise and walk, my son.
I tell you, there's a few places. I mean, I usually go into town. I try and hit the gym when I go home. You'd think I wouldn't, but I actually do try and get a bit healthy. And there's a cafe I go to.
You're huge. What are you talking about?
Yeah, let's see this.
I'll tell you, like...
I'm saying hello.
Arnie.
Why not?
Arnie.
Look at me, man. Unbelievable. Brilliant. It's called Cafe Nova. It's under the Westbury Hotel, and they do these amazing protein pancakes, and they're awesome. And that's one of my first stops. I go in there, cappuccino, and I have my protein pancakes. Yeah.
Mine, I think, is Fate Street Social. I don't know if you've been there. Have you been to?
Yeah, it's nice.
It's called Fate Street Social.
I went to get a table there a week ago. I was going to go with my parents, and they were booked out. I even told them who I was, which you never do. I went, "How's it going?" And they're like, "I'm really sorry. Can you maybe?"
It doesn't matter that you're in the script.
Maybe later tonight.
You should have come. I know the owner really well.
I wasn't impressed. That's what I said to him. I said, "I know Dylan. We did Guinness thing with him," and they were like,
but it's a great spot because it's the first place in Ireland that's doing Irish tapas.
Yeah.
It's very interesting because it's Irish food. Like, they have this corned beef and cabbage burger. It's unbelievable. You got to try it when you go there. So that's one of my first places.
It's a good spot. Yeah. Ireland's hands down all the time, anywhere in Ireland. I mean, you know, you play Dublin, the Irish crowds, anywhere in Ireland, it's just amazing because it's hometown, all our friends and families come. Secondly, for me, after that would have to be America. Somewhere like New York is always amazing because there's a lot of Irish people there. Probably third after that for me would be Australia.
It's a tough one because we're really spoiled with everywhere we play. like we even get told about when you go to Japan to play.
Yeah.
When you play live there, the audience are quite subdued. They don't really go nuts. But we've not experienced that. When we played there, it was mental
They
anyway.
go nuts, yeah.
So it's and our type of music that we have, you know, it's not. I think in order to be out of fashion, you have to be in fashion in the first place. So we've never been in fashion. So I think the type of music we have is more lifestyle music, and people just want to come to have a bit of sing-song and have a few drinks.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the way it goes. So what normally happens is that people are just there with us having an old sing-along.
Yeah.
I'm not really, personally, I don't really have a connection to any particular place because of that.
I just like those cities, but like Mark said, everything is very similar in crowds. There's never really, you know, a massive difference. It seems to be the same reaction when we play, which is fantastic. You know, people actually really want to see us play, which is good. Which is why we're so disappointed over not playing Melbourne the other day, because I know a lot of people travelled for that.
One of my favourite rumours, personally, that I heard was that someone hacked the Sony account. Do you remember a couple of years ago and said that we died?
That's right.
And
Yeah.
I think album sales did go up at that point.
Yeah.
Weirdly enough.
Death is a good thing
Sometimes it helps you sell records.
Not only that, we might get some time off. We should die for a month.
You think that the label know that is it them that's trying to kill us?
Could we not do that as a marketing ploy? No one's ever done that. Actually, you two never did that. No one's ever died for a month and then came back.
Let's
you know
kill
what I'm saying?
ourselves.
Think of it. It'd be amazing. That's a first. We're going to take that first.
Well, yeah, someone said we were dead, and clearly we were not dead, and that went all over the internet.
Yeah, and we were getting like tweeted left, right, and friends actually texting us going, "Are you guys okay? We heard these."
Are you still alive? So
yeah, we heard you were dead.
Imagine getting one of those texts. Are you still alive? For real? Are you actually alive?
Yeah. Mad.
Riders generally, you've got to have the vodka and the whiskey on the rider. I'm not sure the show will actually go down if the vodka and the whiskey's not on the rider.
Yeah.
I really do worry about that one because it's like that is our ritual.
I just ask for tea and soy milk or almond milk. That's it, really, and ginger ale and Perrier water because, as I said, I don't drink. If the sky was the limit, I would love to do a runner after the gig at the end of a tour, get on a jet and go straight home to Dublin. Wow. No matter where I was.
On your rider?
Yeah.
A jet?
Yeah. If the sky was the limit, that's what I'd love to be. You have to literally, the minute I walk off stage, and as I'm heading there, someone to be washing me before I hit the plane, you know what I'm saying? So I don't need to get in the shower. And then I get in the jet, and I'm already washed in my robe, and the TV comes on, the latest release. You know what I'm saying?
Now I know the future holds for us.
And the legs up, and gone, head straight to Dublin. Yeah, that would be absolutely amazing.
I think the thing in between, because you get a chance to play live, you get a chance to go all these great shows. It's the in between travelling. I think most musicians hate. I think the day that they invented the transporter from Star Trek, transporters.
It really is the hard part. Initially, it's a buzz and a novelty when you're travelling at the first year, but then by about year 5 or 6, you're like, how long is this going to take?
For more of this, you can subscribe here.